All right, everybody. Welcome to the Friday night meeting, chat, whatever. Rusty seems to be still recuperating, so you're going to have to deal with me. But we're here nonetheless. So have at it, guys.
What do you got? Is that a vector back there behind you, or?
Yeah. Let me turn this down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go turn my TV down a second. I'll be right back.
So how's the Tucker special going, Sparky?
Well, everything that I've done has been on video.
Yeah, I've been watching part of it, or most of it, I guess. Every time I see a blog on it, I check it out. It looks pretty cool.
Let me switch back to this other screen. Oh, I don't know how Rusty keeps up with this stuff. Where the heck did the mouse go? There it is.
So are you working on it tonight, or
Yeah,
forcing around?
I'll part with it a little bit tonight. I mean, I'm not going to stay on as long as Rusty does.
Have you heard anything from him this week, or?
I have not. There we are. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. He hasn't called me. Hope he's still alive.
Yeah, me too. He's a good dude. I like Rusty.
I haven't seen anything from him or anything, but so what? You gonna put a vector together, or?
No, I won that at Cleveland.
Oh, no kidding.
I won the SV11 at FCM ARF, and I got a electric vector ARF.
Was the one at FCM, was that electric or was that gas?
That's gas.
Okay, or glow, but yeah, John Paris got one too, he said. I want a bottle of fuel.
You want a bottle of fuel, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
You coming up with any painting time, or
No,
weather?
we have terrible weather here. I mean, it's been humid as hell.
Yeah, it was humid here today. Figured it was probably that way there.
So I'm kind of stuck. I'm going over to John's tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the morning. But if the weather's no good, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Did you get that tail cut off that airplane yet?
No.
Hey, Sparky, is dope as bad as lacquer? When you paint in the humidity, it clouds up and it just never goes away.
Yeah.
Yep. We use retarder in it, but that doesn't help when the humidity's real high.
Well, it kind of turns the paint into a rubber.
Yeah, but it polishes out good.
Yeah, as long as you don't use too much of it, you're all right.
Up to 10%.
Yeah, I remember when we used to paint Corvettes, we used to put a lot of retarder in the lacquer to do the rubber bumpers, and they would be all right. And half the time it was the fiberglass too, because the fiberglass is crap to paint.
Well, there was 2 nice Corvettes up in Cleveland.
Yeah, I bet. I saw some of your videos from up there. They were pretty cool.
One was a 57, the other one was a 67.
Who was it? One of the guys I used to fly with at Gopher Gulch used to drive a 57. I think it was Bill Noyes. He had an old Corvette. It was 56 or 57.
Bill Noyes had a Thunderbird.
Bill
56.
Noyes had a T-Bird. That's right. That's right. He did. He did have a T-Bird. God, that was a million years ago.
Yep. Have you seen him lately?
I haven't heard from Bill Noyes since the last time I heard from Bill Noyes. I bought a handle from him.
That man's a good builder.
He was a great builder. The one that I got the most tips and appreciation from was Tom Warden, though.
And maybe some guys will get on. I just got my notice from YouTube.
What, that I'm screaming?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I just jumped on and looked and it said it. So I jumped in. I checked about, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. Nobody was on. I'm like, well, I was going to go back out, watch TV or do something. And I thought I'd check again and you were on. So did you get one of the wing panels done now, Rusty?
Yeah. Yep. Tom Warden was our testers rep. My dad had a hobby shop, and I used to get all my wood from Tom. I built a lot of airplanes for him. The Futuras, some Tempests.
Oh, shit.
Yep. I'd build them, he'd paint them.
Did you like testers, Dope?
Testers is actually, I can't even think of the name of it. What was the old dope we used to use? Fuck. My brain is shot.
The real good stuff?
Yeah, what the hell was the name of that crap? I know, I use it all the time.
God, I can't think of it either. I still got a couple cans downstairs, but no thinner.
Right.
Pectra,
No.
they own it now or something.
No, man. What the hell was the name of that? You can't put it over anything.
No.
What the hell? Fuck. It's right on the end of my tongue and I can't think of it.
Me either. I'll go down and look at the can real quick.
Oh man.
Hold on. Oh.
Aerogloss.
Yeah, that's an Aerogloss.
Yeah. Pactra that used to sell Aerogloss.
Yep. Yeah, my brother has a gallon can of the thinner, but he's like, if you used it, if you ever had to retouch it up or anything like that, you're out of thinner then. But
He ain't gonna get off his thinner, huh?
no, he's got that damn 1 gallon can, and he bought it when they went out of. He worked for Ryder's Hobby Shop here, and they had it sitting there, and they wanted to get rid of it because Aerogloss was gone, and he bought the can of thinner from him.
One thing I learned a long time ago is that if you're just cleaning your airbrush or cleaning your paintbrush or whatever you're cleaning, if you're using Aerogloss, a lacquer thinner will take that shit right out.
Yeah, I use cleaning all my stuff. I just use cheap lacquer thinner with Rodak or Pig or whatever.
Now, lacquer thinner is like $5 at Home Depot. I mean, it's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
I use it for cleaning urethanes, enamels, or whatever I'm painting, depending on what I'm painting. And I tried some more of that water-based paint that you were trying, Steve,
Yeah.
throw it away. Throw it away. For one, it smells like shit. For two, it doesn't cover for shit.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy who's into auto body stuff, and I want him if he comes up with any of this UV paint. I don't care what color it is. I just like to try it. And
One of the paint shops around me is trying to push is called Aquato. It's aqua, which is water
Water,
based,
yeah.
and it's auto, which means auto paint. Aquato, and it's some. I have no idea what it is. I've been afraid to try it. I just like I've had zero luck with any water based paint.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
What happens to wood when you put water on it?
Usually it warps to shit. It swells up.
There
And
you
it turns
go.
to something you don't want it to be.
There you go.
Yeah, but if you're spraying it over a doped finish, then the dope should be impenetrable. So what difference should it make? That's the way I looked at it, and it
Yeah,
wasn't.
you're spraying it over dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it still didn't work. The paint's crap. It doesn't cover.
Well,
It covers great if you're spraying it over some silver dope.
that's because you're in California.
Well, then there's that too. I mean, I got every EPA regulation working against me. That's why I went to urethanes. I went to urethanes because it really doesn't matter. I mean, if my plane's heavy, I try to fly through the problems. I mean, it's whatever.
Well, I was watching a thing on TV. They were doing a old Camaro or something, but the guy used a water-based primer, and he was saying why. But it was only like over the metal or something like that, how it hooks, it bonds to it or whatever. Then from then on, it was conventional stuff. But he said that's the only place he uses that at. But I don't know why, or these guys try stuff, all kinds of stuff. But I want to try the UV. I've been watching some videos on that. It's don't know how thin you can get it. You can thin it out enough to spray a real thin coat, or it's going to be thick. But
I would thin it out enough for the airbrush to spray it and then see what it does.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get my. I don't want to buy a quart of it or whatever, but a friend of mine can get some that's left over, and then I'll get a UV light and stuff like that and try it.
And then if you're spraying, I don't know, you spray with a touch-up gun. Do you have the right tips to spray water-based? Because it's a different it's a different animal.
UV is a like normal. It just takes. There's no catalyst in it, or the catalyst that's in it. It's a UV. Once you add a UV light to it or put it out in the sun, it sets off real quick.
I've never tried that stuff.
But suppose
that's up to you to give us a report on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my hands on it, but I was talking to him, and he said that he's seen stuff about it and had people demonstrate it or whatever, but you can't have any light from the sun or anything. So you'd have to spray it in a garage that has, or a building or something that had no outside light. So all the windows would have to be covered and stuff like that. And then with incandescent or LED light. And then once you want it to cure, then you use the a UV light or push it out into
Or an
the front.
IR, yeah. That sounds like Area 51 shit to me.
And I said it takes like 60 seconds to cure. Does nothing until you hit it with UV light. You put it on there, let it set. It'll flow out really nice. You hit it with the UV light, bam, it's cured.
Have you tried that UV glue from Home Depot yet?
Yes.
What do you think of that?
I tried to fix a pair of Samantha sunglasses with it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Charles.
Hey guys.
It was no stronger than any other glue. But
Nah, it's no better.
what I did like about it is that you can position it, and once you get it in place, hit it with that light, and it sets it right then and there.
Does your little glue bottle come with a flashlight that sets it too?
Yeah, I can't remember. We got it off of eBay or whatever.
Yeah, I bought
Try
mine
it.
at Home Depot, and it came with a little flashlight built into the bottle. And I put it on a piece of wood. I weighed the wood, and it weighed like X amount. And I put the glue on it, and I put it on there, and I weighed it again, and it was like 10 times as much. And I was like, ouch, this sucks. So I chucked the fucking bottle in the trash can. I'm like, well, I ain't using this.
But, for crafts and all that kind of stuff, I think it'd be good. Samantha was using it on something she was making because you can add it to it, put it on, move it, get it exactly where you want to hit with a light, then it sets off.
Well, one thing Steve and I were talking about is that no matter how much paint you put on a car, it doesn't matter because nobody really gives too much of a damn about the weight of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I watch some things on TV, Hot Rod TV, and they were showing some kind of new primer that builds like body filler.
It ain't new.
Well, that was something new they had out. You can spray it on instead of having to
Is
trowel
it
it
a
on.
spray can primer?
No, it's a 2-part primer, but the guy
Oh,
was
yeah.
showing it. He sprayed it on, and he knew where some spots were, and he was doing a crosshatch of it and stuff like that. And he took 80 grit sandpaper and a block and blocked it out, and it did it. Instead of getting regular Bondo or whatever and spread it with a spreader and stuff like that, and then
It's sprayable polyester is all it is.
oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. It ain't new.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's real similar to spot putty. Spot putty is nothing but primer in a tube with hardener in it.
Let me ask you this, Jeff. You're a painter, right?
I was at one time, yeah.
You know how to get a run out without sanding through to the metal?
No, yeah, well, there's several different ways you can do it. I mean, you can use a razor blade on top of the paint job, and
No.
that's with enamel normally.
Next. How else can you do it?
Or you take a really long block and block the whole side of it.
Yeah, what happens is you end up sanding off the finish off where you don't want it to sand off. I'll give you a trick.
Okay.
It's worth thousands of dollars, this trick. You take
All right.
if you have a run here, you take polyester putty and you smear it on both sides of the run. Then you take a 600 block and you wet sand that out. until the run's gone and the polyester's gone, and then buff it.
That's pretty trick.
That would work really good, actually,
It works perfect.
because then the 600 would leave no get out of here scratches, if you know what I mean.
So Charles, let's see that fuselage.
You know what's happened? You wouldn't believe this, but
It ain't done.
well, what happened is I had glued it all up, right? But I put the formers in upside down. I'm not used to using the jig, so I put the jig in upside down and I do it backwards. So I had to break those things out. Oh, besides that, I had put the crutch in. Instead of having down incidents, it had up incidents. So I had to redo that. So I'm a little bit behind.
So just fly the other way.
Yeah, so all I got is just this right now with one former glued in. I'm gonna need to cut out some new ones, and I destroyed the other ones, removing them. So, but it's only wood. So that's my job is tonight is to cut out some more formers and glue those in.
Yeah, it's like I said, I wasn't used to building like that upside down and stuff with the jig, and it's kind of my homemade jig type deal. And I built that damn crutch upside down.
Yeah, it's not fun when you do it twice. Hey, Sparky, I have a question, Sparky.
Okay, I have an answer.
This strig, wasn't really designed for a tune pipe, so bottom block needs to be a lot taller. And I was thinking about molding it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about putting the engine in there and then see how high the header comes up, and then maybe use a piece of cardboard or something to figure out the height of the of that block needs to be, or the bottom block. I mean, is that how you determine how high to make the block?
I just measure from the bottom of the fuselage to the bottom of the header, and then add like 1/8 of an inch. And I have several videos on molding Voltools on how to make a mold.
I downloaded all of them, by the way. I put them on a DVD, so I have that. But I wish they would show how to make the buck. But I got some information from Bob Hunt.
Here's a book right here. Real simple. See this buck right here?
Let me click on you in just a second. All right, I see you.
Okay. You take the fuselage. This is not for this airplane, but you take the fuselage, you set it upside down on a piece of wood, like so.
Right.
And then you cut out the buck. Cut out the outline of the fuselage. Matter of fact, this would work. Anyway,
Yeah, I think
you cut out the outline of the fuselage, and then where the formers are, you draw a line on it. Then you locked out your formers, and I put the former on the wood, and then put foam in between the formers, and then I sand it all to shape. And then I pull the formers out, and then the formers are perfect. And then, there's nothing to making a mold, but
okay.
maybe a couple hours.
So the foam, where do you get your foam at?
You can use blue foam, pink foam, whatever. Hardware store.
Charles, why not just have the pipe so you can see it on the bottom of the airplane?
I could put it in right now if you want to see it.
Yeah, let's see what.
I mean, I won't have it screwed on, but it's something like that. Can you guys see that?
No. Probably
Let's see
gonna
what
have
you
to
got.
hold it up.
Hang on a second. Let me see what you see. Okay, hang on. Let me adjust that camera.
Yeah,
How about that?
I see it.
Okay.
Got so much junk in the way here. I was trying to clean up a little bit.
Looks like you're eating pizza.
Yeah, this is a filter for my transmission.
Oh.
I'm still doing automotive work. Yeah, so that's what it's gonna look like, kind of.
Yeah. On a legacy, on a 40 legacy that we did for Samantha, all I did was just make a half round
Yep.
tunnel.
Okay.
Just brought the
And,
sides up a little. Made the formers, wetted the wood, stuck it in there. And you could see, half the pipe or better sticking down under the fuselage, but it was fine.
Okay. Now, it's probably important to seal everything up underneath that tune pipe, right?
Yep.
So there's no
Z-Pack.
So, but maybe like some 1/16 wood all the way around the bottom, underneath the tune pipe, and seal the inside of the plane up.
I just use the wing as part of the tunnel.
Okay, I have no choice doing that. So I'll do that, and then
Just Z-epoxy it all inside there.
I mean, between the formers, I need to put some wood there, right?
When you get it all together and the wings in there, the only formers you're going to need is at the back of the trailing edge of the wing, probably 6 inches long, and then a turn going out.
Okay. Yeah.
Once you get the wing into the fuselage and look at it, you'll say, well, that's no big deal.
Okay.
It's only wood.
That sounds good. Did you guys ever tell you how I got kicked out of my flying site about 3 weeks ago, and I got reinstated? Did I tell you about that?
No.
Yeah, so I was another flying buddy of mine was flying, and I show up, and the park rangers are there, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And they start videotaping Dave Sabon flying, and then these people went and report to their supervisor, and then they came back. By that time, Dave left, and I'm still there flying, and they kicked me out, said I can't fly here. Anyways, I met with the supervisor and got reinstated. But today was a great day because it just happened to be the guy that runs the public works department was there, and the maintenance supervisor for the park was there. And I met him once before, about a year or so ago, and he just happened to be in his truck talking to one of his employees. And I said, "Hey, can I show you a demonstration? Because you might hear about me flying here." And so I got a chance to give these three department heads a demonstration, and they were just tickled pink. They were really the head of Park Works was amazed, and I showed them the handle with the safety thong and explained to them, that if I was to become unconscious, I'll fall down, the plane would crash. I have cones around the perimeter, so it's a defensible space. And so I really think now I pretty much have secured my my flying side. I got some advocates now that are in the Escondido, city government.
The most important thing you've forgotten to tell them, is that you have $2 million worth of insurance.
No, I told them that.
Okay.
I told them there's an opportunity to get site insurance if need be for $5 million as well. And when I'm showing him, this, there was just one other person, the guy that I'm flying with, Joe, at that time today, in the whole park. I mean, it's like I'm not bothering anybody. No one's there during the week, and he saw it for himself that no one's there. And I showed him how high the grass is. The grass is about 10 inches high because I guess their lawnmowers are broken. But he said he would work on it and see if he can get it mowed for me. He asked me when do I fly out there. I told him, well, every Friday I fly, and some Mondays. And he said, well, he'll see if he can get that place squared away for me. So today was a very good day. I'm pretty elated.
So why'd they kick you out in the first place?
Um, there's some tennis courts that are about, I don't know, about a football field away from where I fly, and I think someone suspected it might have been a former mayor, complained, and that's why I got kicked out. But it was a noise complaint that the person made, and then when the um, park rangers came, they came back with some city ordinance, which was regarding dangerous games, like throwing javelins and rocks and things like that, which are untethered. And that's why I met with the supervising park ranger, explained to him, this is not even in the same um, arena. I mean, this is a tethered aircraft. It's not going anywhere compared to a javelin, you know. And so once we clarified that, I have a kind of unofficial permission, but I'm really excited about today because the department head of public works, he thought it was very cool.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's a win for a change.
Yeah, what's crazy is that we had a little park we flew at, and police came, and we explained everything to them and stuff like that, and so they let us fly there. But I guess people complained about the noise or whatever when they came, but we went back out there to fly one Saturday morning, and here's about 20 trees planted in the circle.
Oh wow!
So they never kicked us out. They just planted trees there, so we couldn't fly.
Oh man!
So go out there with your weed eaters and run them for a couple hours. Real unmuffled weed eaters.
Yeah.
Like you do on Sunday morning.
Well, we have a city ordinance of noise, and you can't exceed 65 decibels. So, and then there's always an average. In other words, over a period of an hour, you can't exceed that that rating. So even if you exceeded it for 8 minutes, there's still another 52 minutes, and then they do an average, and so that's how you beat that city ordinance, because we average for 8 minutes, and then sometimes there's more time in between another flight. But today was a very good day. I was talking to Bob Hunt about the phone, and he recommended that I get this. It's called Floating Billet. It's used in docks and shipyards. And I do have an ocean close by, about half an hour away. So I was going to try to see if I can find some of that, because I saw a video with Bill Woolridge and Bob Hunt, and the foam they were using, man, they could just like carve it up really nice. It was just like coming off in thin shavings with the. They had like that X-Acto number 26 blade, and they were carving these bucks, and it was just really nice. I mean, no tear out or anything. So that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Just go out to the ocean there on the docks and bring a handsaw along and cut you a big piece off of one of them and take it home with you.
Yeah.
But Yeah, that Home Depot blue foam works, and
You know, I was in Home Depot today looking for foam, and or maybe it was yesterday, and I didn't see it. I was in lumber, and then I was in building supplies, and I didn't see it.
it would have
Oh,
been
insulation.
insulation.
Okay, I was over by insulation, and I didn't see it. I mean, they had these sheets of insulation foam. It was like 2 inch, well, at different sizes, but I saw
Yep.
1.5 and 2 inch, but it had like a foil on one side of it.
You
Oh.
peel
Maybe on both
off.
sides.
Why the hell they put vapor barrier on foam for? I have no idea. But
And then they wanted $21 for this 4x8 sheet of this stuff.
Yeah, well, that's cost to play.
yeah,
Yeah,
you might. Yeah, some of these places, if you go to a hardware store, sometimes they'll cut it in half and sell you half a sheet. Get some
that's a
2
good
inch.
idea. Yeah, but when we did that foil, I guess I gotta use some sort of I gotta somehow get it to release and come off.
They should have it without the foil on it. You can get pink and you can get blue. And it's just different in R rating.
That's not good for cutting wings, but it's good for making mold bucks.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll go back there. I'm not ready. I'm almost ready. I gotta just finish this making these formers tonight, glue it up, and then get some wood to start making my buck.
That's an hour job.
They haven't seen Lonky on here for a while. I don't know. What he's been up to.
And he's been here since we've done the Jitsi, right?
Yeah, he's been on Jitsi. I just haven't seen him in, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe he's doing something else and not flying right now. I figured the weather's still good down there, though.
Yeah, the weather is still beautiful out here. Oh my goodness.
I got all ready to go flying today, and they got called into work. But oh well.
You asked about my inboard panel. Yeah, I got the inboard done.
Yeah, I wanted to see that. Have you been doing your nightly deals? Because it hasn't been coming through on YouTube, or it usually notifies me so I can watch.
I did one this week is all.
Okay, I've seen that one.
Yeah, I'm about halfway through that one too. That one about the when you start in the outboard wing tip. Outboard wing, panel.
Here's the inboard wing. Present that. Come on. There we go.
God, it's hot in here. I gotta turn the fan on.
It looks nice. Does it seem stiff? And
Oh, it's real stiff. It's like a bat.
oh shit! You just gonna do a built-up tip on it?
No. Solid. Hollow, but solid.
Now, I was watching one of your other videos where you did like a build-up, where you did the middle ridge and then.
That's a continental style rib.
Is that lighter than the hollow tip or not?
The built-up tip is lighter than this, but this is such good wood. This one will be light. I mean, this is extremely light wood. It's 3.5 pound wood.
3.5 pounds. Wow.
Yeah, you can't. This will be when I get this tip all done and hollowed out. It'll be 7 grams. So
Wow.
this doesn't weigh anything now as it is.
I hate hollow wing tips. God, I hate that.
Ain't nothing to it. It weighs an ounce now. So
Is that 3 pieces or
2.
2?
Yeah.
Now you do, on your inboard tip, will you do 3 pieces on that so where your wires come out?
Yeah.
All right.
1/8-inch spacer. Well, the other night, because I, this is a different way of building for me. Start and stopping, I usually would just blow through something like this, like it's nothing. Shit, I forgot where I was at, what I had to do to get this wing to work. You got to glue the inboard and outboard tip on this, and then glue the sheeting over the top of everything to lock it together.
Now, your sheeting goes on after the ribs are in?
No, after the inboard and outboard rib. But
Oh,
these
okay.
ribs go on after. It's really strange how I did this. Cut this, glue it onto the spar, glue the landing gear ribs in, then glue the outboard inboard tip on, then glue the sheeting on to lock these together, then glue these on in the cradle, and then cat strip.
Oh, okay.
It's weird. That's the only way I can figure out how to lock it all together. And it turned out nice. Like, you could see it. There's not going to be any starved horse look in this leading edge. So there's no ribs in it.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It's light. It weighs 2 ounces this here, so the wing will be 4 ounces.
Wow, that's nice. So there's a foam underneath that leading edge?
Yeah, this is foam just like this one. It's been cored out. The combat guys do something like this, only they put the foam leading edge on, they put the ribs on, they don't put no sheeting on things, they just put big Scotch tape over it or whatever, fast cal or whatever they call it. And that's it.
So how much of it is cored out? How much is that? How much styrofoam is left all the way around?
Well, when I open this up, you'll get to see, but it's only 3/16, around the edge.
Okay.
There's not much foam there. You could smash this if you want, But once the wood's on it, it's pretty stout. This is the reverse lost foam. It's the foam partial kept wing.
Partial loss, partial cap, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, he's actually using the molding buck for the actual leading edge.
Yeah, you gotta mold the leading edge just like you have to do with a lost foam wing. Which I'm gonna do right now.
So what do you think you're gonna pull in for weight, Sparky, overall?
Under 40. I don't like to hear that.
That'll be nice.
Hey,
The cooler that I built last year was 40 ounces. Would have been lighter if I sold it to Jared. He put clear urethane on it. Would have been lighter. Whatever.
So how long did you let it soak for? About 15, 20 minutes?
Well, I did it all while we were talking here.
Yeah, I seen you sanding it up. I didn't realize that you went and put it in the bath or in the water.
Yeah. It don't take long. I got a steam cabinet if I ever get around to building, or steam generator if I ever get around to building a cabinet.
Now, do you trim the length on that before you wrap it, or?
No, I don't trim the link till it's on the wing.
Oh, okay.
It's bigger than it's supposed to be right now. Wider and everything. Okay. Really not much to this. The compound molding is what's difficult. But it's doable. Ah. Makes it tough when you do things by yourself.
Yeah.
I got it.
Just tomorrow morning, that'll be all dried out, or?
Yeah. Tomorrow or usually it takes overnight. Depends on how warm it is, you know.
You make it just so it's one, so you don't double it up. That way it'll dry a little faster too, or?
Well, I put it over by the air conditioner. Let the air blow on it. Oh, Jeff reminded me of Bill Noyes and Tom Ward and them guys. We used to go to Ed's Cavina Hobby, and I used to go in the back and put my fingernails in the wood. You boys putting thumbnail marks on that wood? Yeah.
Or to
John,
see
I
how,
remember Ed's. That was 100 years ago.
so why'd you do that for? Just to see how light the wood was, how soft it was, or?
Yep. The whiter the wood and the softer it is, the lighter it is. I bought Bill Noyes' Chipmunk for $40. This airplane was beautiful, man. Look like Art Shells, red, white, and blue paint job.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You remember, hey Sparky, do you remember that plane that Bill Noyes built called the Dolphin?
No. Yeah, the Pisces.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was a good flying plane.
Metallic blue.
Yeah. He flew that one when I was flying with him. And that was in, I guess, early 90s.
And he had that airplane for 20 years after. I mean, that was an old airplane because it was in the 70s that he had that.
Well, when he flew it with me, he said it was old.
But them guys used to build to last. I get tired of my airplanes and I get rid of them.
Well, Bill Noyes was creative. He built handles, he built airplanes, he did motor work, he did everything. Tom Warden did nothing but build airplanes and buy engines from people that built great ones.
Tom Warden was a painter. That guy could paint.
Tom Warden was a painter, but he was also a builder. He could build a beautiful airplane.
So, Sparky, is your next airplane going to be a Nostalgia 30 Viper?
Thinking about it.
I really think you should, for these other, different contests like the Cleveland contest or FCM or whatever. Brodak.
It does qualify.
Yeah, I know it. That's like, shit. Bob there with Aquila or whatever he called the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool bringing out one of your old designs from way back when. Paint it up the same, and you ain't copying nobody's paint job. It's yours. And
I was pretty flattered that Top Flight copied my Thunderbolt paint job.
oh no shot.
Yep, they got it on their RCT 47. That was a pretty airplane.
What happened to that one?
Hit the ground in Memphis. Engine quit on the four-leaf clover on the up loop.
Same thing happened there to John Paris at the Cleveland contest.
That's got to be the worst place to quit.
If it would have ran another 2 seconds, maybe not even a half a second, he could have came out and saved it. It just about made it. I mean, it quit so high and then just come in at him. He tried to run, but the wind was blowing too hard, and it about blew it over on its back, and then the nose flopped back down, and yeah, there was just no saving it. But we had to wait for the judge for about 5 minutes. He had to go do something. Plane sat there, and the damn fuel siphon must have ran out because the tank was empty. And we had it all timed, and the weekend before how much fuel he needed, and he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to put in an extra half ounce. And I, all right. Because, figured it'd run about 7 minutes with that extra half an ounce in there. So like half an ounce drained out, maybe another eighth of an ounce besides that, because quit right in the damn clover.
This airplane was 2007 Plane of the Year in the Windfall Stunt History magazine, if it ever comes out. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm sure there's pictures of it everywhere.
I seen you fly it. You had it at the Nats the one year.
Let's see if I can present that. Share. Manage.
How many years did you fly that? 4 or 5?
Yeah, about that. Well, that didn't work. No, that didn't work. What the hell happened here? Closure document. Okay, wanna settings. There we are. That airplane there. Sure. That airplane there.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, it was beautiful. I'm surprised you never did another one.
I built several. Let me see here. Go back there. There's my Harley Davidson plane. It's hanging on the wall at home. My Viper 6.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That airplane didn't fly all that good. It was too heavy. I think it was about 55 ounces.
Do you have a
55
PA?
ounces, too heavy?
Yeah.
Do you have a PA 75 in that?
PA 40 ultralight.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can find that other Thunder. I got another Thunderbolt. But I got it in here, I think.
Now the Viper 6, did that have a pipe or just a header muffler?
Pipe.
Oh, okay.
The best Viper, let me see if we can find it here. I sold a John Lowry at Fox. I shouldn't have done that. This is the one that was in the magazine. Let's go to District 6. Gallery. District 6. 5. 6. I sold that red, white, and blue Continental to a guy that flew it down at Joe and All. Let's see here. Gotta be on this page here. There's another Thunderbolt that was different. That was Thunderbolt 2.
Oh, okay.
That's nice too.
Let's see here. Yeah, I built 5 of them, I think. I sold one to Tom Morris. What the hell's with this stupid mouse?
Maybe it's time for a new battery.
Yeah, maybe it's time for a new computer. There we are. Okay. Here's Viper 3. This had a OSV of 46 in it. That was about
Nice.
Now, which was the best Viper?
I'm getting to it. The
Oh.
Super Glide. There's Thunderbolt number 1.
Yeah.
I didn't like this one. It had the wrong wing in it. It flew all right. I sold that to Joey Matheson. It still lives in Las Vegas.
Oh shit.
Let's see here. And then I crashed this one in Tulsa. This was my jet airplane, PA-75.
Oh,
That's
okay.
nice.
It flew all right. A little heavy. Here's the magazine article on the Super Glide from Flying Model Aviation to prove that it's Nostalgia 30 legal.
Wow.
Oh shit! Look at that wing.
$50 ounces?
Yeah, 50 on a pipe.
Wow.
Was that the 32?
No, 40.
Well, that was another 40.
There was, let's see, that was number 2, I think. Viper number 2. That had a VF-46 in it. That was about 92, I think.
Yeah, I have a couple of VS-46s. Are those good engines?
They're heavy. Here's Viper 4. I built this one in about a week.
Now,
About a week? Wow.
Yeah, that was a foam wing covered with monocoat. Painted fuselage. Took about a week. I needed to go to SIG, and I had crashed my Viper, the one that I was going to take. So
that come out fairly light or not?
it was all right. It flew okay. I won a few times. Here's Viper number 1. This was 1989. This is number 1 here.
What kind of wing did that have in it, Sparky?
Continental.
Okay.
Wasn't quite the right airfoil. That's when I designed my own airfoil. I went with the beam wing in 91.
So that one there would be Nostalgia 30, but your one that you like the best wouldn't be until
91. It would be legal right now. 91, 2001, 2011. Yeah, it's not legal yet. Oh, wait a minute. 2011.
yeah, it'd be 2 year 20. Well, it'd be illegal in like 1 year and 3 months or whatever it would be.
Yeah. Let's see. How do I stop sharing here?
It almost looks like a Cobra.
Now, if you didn't want to make Viper 2 with a with that type of wing, you could still do any kind of wing in it you wanted, right? Or does it have to have the
Well, I mean, spirit of the thing, it should be.
an I-beam?
Oh, wait a minute. How do I stop this here? How do you stop that? There we go. Yeah, it should be. The spirit of the event.
Yeah. What a number two had a VF-46 in it, you said?
Number 2 had an FT-40 on a pipe. Bob McDonald made me a wraparound header for it, and I had a less-nearing pipe on it.
Oh, okay.
I had another airplane I sold it to John Lowry at Fox, called the Sorcerer, that had a 32F in it. It flew really good. Same motor as this one right here. Same motor that's going to go in this.
Oh, you put a Aerojet needle.
Aero Tiger. Don't tell Randy this, but this motor here's got way more power than an Aero Tiger.
Oh, I know. My brother used to race them in Pylon. Them things would really go.
Well, I got 2 head gaskets in this one. I'm hoping that it's enough.
Sparky, the Thunderbolt and the Viper are 2 different planes, right?
Right.
So on Viper 2, what'd you do different with the wing?
Was a beam wing.
I know, but the other one you said was a Continental wing. Was it you just come up with your own wing, or?
Yeah, I used my shoe. I made my own airfoil, what I thought looked right.
You still got the planes and stuff for it, or?
I got the number. Everything's up in my head. I mean, there are no plans to any of these airplanes that I build. There was no, when I built my Thunderbolts, there was no plans to that. You know, I just took measurements.
Okay.
All these airplanes that I build, I don't need a set of plans really. I just need some, you know, I don't know. Did you? I think there's a video on YouTube about my my Machi Castoli MC72. I sold that to Bernie Trent, and the reason I sold it, it was electric. I didn't want to mess with electric anymore. But I had just taken a scale drawing off the internet, and you know, get the profile of it, and then put the wing where I thought it would work. And I don't need no stinking plans.
Well, I just didn't know if, you know, like for the fuselage sides, or if you can just do it again off of pictures to make it, you know, for Nostalgia 30 or whatever.
I know all the numbers.
Oh, okay.
How thick the wing is, what the chord is, what the, you know, tip chord is, what the thickness is, where the beam goes, the nose moment, the tail moment, the stab. Even the stabilizer was a beam.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I used a carbon fiber push rod as the spar, and you know, set ribs on the slid ribs onto the spar and sanded the airfoil in it. It was a good airplane.
I know you scored good with it and everything. Same with that Thunderbolt though too. You flew that
Never
one
good enough, though.
Pardon me?
Never good enough.
No.
My problem is I don't practice enough. I mean, I flew a 594 in Cleveland. 594 in Cleveland, and I've had 2 flights since FCM.
Okay.
If I want to win, I got to practice more. I just don't have time.
Yeah, you know, that's like with Samantha here, you know, if it's just Midwest or whatever with the wind. It's like when you have time, it's windier and shit, or it's raining, you know.
Well, these guys want to have their club meeting on Tuesday nights after work. Shit, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're not flying on Saturday. Come on.
Hey, Charles.
Yeah.
Well, you met Dick, right? That buddy of mine.
Oh yeah, I met Dick. Yeah, great guy.
Found out Monday he's got stage 4 colon cancer.
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
It's on his liver and his lungs. So
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I know that's a really close friend of yours. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Really
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, I met him when I was 16 years old.
Yeah, I know you go back pretty far ways. Wow.
But yeah, he knew something was up, and he waited. He didn't want to do anything until after the Cleveland contest, but he never made the Cleveland contest. He didn't make FCM.
Oh man.
And I knew he wasn't feeling well there at the Nats, but because he left Friday, he left a day early and stuff, and come back.
Yeah, I met him. I think I met him Tuesday at the Nats,
Yeah.
and yeah, nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing is he could, shit, he can make anything on his lathe and his mill. If you need a damn head gaskets or what have you, he'll make them.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
The big
Yeah,
Friday night out.
yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get off here, guys. It's after 11, and I gotta put a lower ball joint and a CV shaft in Samantha's car tomorrow, so gotta get up and go get that and get going and knock that out.
Thanks for dropping in. I just thought that I'd keep the show going for
Yeah.
Rusty.
Yes, I appreciate it too, Sparky. Yeah, I was checking, seeing if you can come on. Been checking since 6:17.
I'm not going to do Monday night, but I'll do Friday because I don't have to work tomorrow.
Okay.
But, there's just I can't do it. I got to get up early in the morning, and I'm sleeping by now during the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could come in on Monday. I could start something Monday.
All right.
That'd be nice.
You set up on YouTube so you can stream.
Yeah, if anybody hears anything about Rusty, post it or.
Yeah, let us know what Rusty's up to.
Let's
Yeah, I'd like to know.
call him. That's
Okay.
Where the hell's my
Actually, Rusty has my number, but I don't have his.
phone? Where the hell's my phone?
I got Rusty's email. I guess I can send him a letter.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see if he's still alive.
Yeah, because I know a lot of times, even if he doesn't feel up to doing the whole thing, he'll jump in for a minute or two.
Okay. Phone. Rusty. Speaker. Yeah.
Hey, Sparky.
Hey, we want to know if you're still alive.
I am still alive. I'm a little
All right.
than I was a few days ago, too.
Yeah, we're online now, so we got Jeff, Charles, and Steve here, and they just want to know how you're doing.
Excellent. Okay, so everybody can hear me right now?
Can you guys hear him?
Rusty,
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear him.
Yeah. Man, I miss you guys. But I am and you can probably tell by my voice. I'm more alive than I was a few days ago. Physical therapy is improving my stamina, but that thing I had just beat me down. And from what I hear from other people, that's what it does. It takes people that are perfectly healthy and puts them face down in the dirt. So
Yeah, but you weren't perfectly healthy.
I know that makes it even worse. But yeah, it looks like I'm going to be back, and I've even got a tentative possible discharge date of next Saturday. So
All
if
right.
it works out, if I can take care of myself, that's the main goal right now. All I've got to do is be able to take care of myself around the house and maybe drive to the store and stuff like that. Then they'll turn me loose and I can go home and I can come back and be with you guys online too. I'm looking forward to that. I miss doing the show.
All
All
right.
right.
I'm glad you're on the mend at least.
Awesome. Good to hear from you, Rusty. It's looking forward to seeing you back on the web.
Yeah, man. Good to hear all of y'all's voices. And yeah, you can count on me to come back. I don't know how many comebacks I got left in me, but we're gonna make this one, and that's the one that counts right now.
Yeah,
So
just
if you're anything like my cats, you got about 8 more.
Well, you don't know how many I've used yet. So.
You don't know how many my cats have used either.
All right, Rusty, I'm gonna let you go. I'll do the show next Friday. I don't do Monday nights for obvious reasons, but
Yeah. Well, that's okay. I was wondering if y'all were doing it, but I just had not had the energy to even get on the forums and chat.
it's all right.
That's why I was silent. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's okay. Just get some rest, Rusty.
I'll do a show that Monday. You know, so we'll hope for that.
All right, brother. You take
All right.
care.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
man. Get some sleep. Have a good night, brother.
See you later.
All right. Bye now.
Hey, Jeff,
Yeah.
how's this look? Wait, hang on.
What are we looking at?
Fox 35.
Holy mackerel. That's one of my favorites. Love that
Yeah.
motor.
I know. If you're willing to trade that Strega for this, I know you love it.
You know, I would, you know, in all honesty,
Looks just like this one.
yeah, but in all honesty, I would give you my my Strega and my 61 for that Fox 35 because I don't
Yeah,
like flying the 60.
Yeah, that's a big plane. That Strega is you're only 110 pounds. That's a lot of plane.
Well, I'm 108 right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of plane for 108 pound. Man.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't even want to fly it.
So
Yeah,
did you send that Nelson out to
No,
Mike
I haven't
Larkin?
gotten rid of that thing yet. I can still anchor a Nelson, but that's on a combat motor. I mean, all I have to do is plant one heel and I'm done.
Okay.
I don't have to spin a corner. But if you know somebody that wants it, I might be willing to part for it. I mean, Mike Lonke,
You probably want it.
who would want it?
Mike Lonke. What is it? Nelson 36?
Yeah.
It's a combat motor. It's a square van. It's old school Nelson. It's old. It's got probably maybe 3 or 4 flights on it on 5%. I mean, it's probably not even broke in yet.
Yeah, I got super tires, but I'm not much messing with combat no more. I got combat.
I got 2 Mark IVs that I'm willing to just give away. I don't even want to fly combat anymore.
Send me your address on the forum. I'll send you a package.
Okay. All right, I'll do that. Because
All right, guys.
All right, Steve. See you later.
Take it easy.
I mean, have a good one. Yeah, I mean, I've got Mark Fours.
Take
I
it
got
easy.
the Nelson. I've got well, everybody's got a K&B. I got one of those. I've got,
I don't. Why would you want one of those? That's fishing equipment.
no, yeah. It's a better boat anchor than it is anything else.
Yeah, I have a couple of torpedo 40s and I have a torpedo 35 with the
That's
big
what
trumpet.
Peter Morgan used to run in scat rats, rat racing.
My torpedo 35 actually runs pretty good on a stunt plane if it's a profile. Mine
Yeah.
ran really good on a Banshee.
Yeah, mine was just so inconsistent. I mean, I had one flight, it'd be a certain way, and then turn around, put up in the air again, and it'd be a different engine run. It was just not consistent enough to for precision aerobatics.
That
That's
motor is as good as the Stallion 35.
That surprises me because I had a torpedo on I think I had it on a Banshee. No, I had it on a Ringmaster, and I ran it fast. I had a Stallion on a Banshee, and I got great runs out of both of them.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, the torpedo is a very powerful motor. I mean, I had a Banshee, I had a Fox 36X on it, and I took that engine out, put the torpedo 35 on there, it's the same prop, pulled the bell crank out, and turned me into a corkscrew.
What prop were you running on it?
Oh, I don't remember. This is probably 15 years ago. But I was just like, my cousin had told me, you should go and try that torpedo 35. That's a kick-ass motor. And I was like, really? I mean, I go, you think it's more powerful than the Fox 36X? He goes, yeah,
No, it's
try it.
not.
Well, this torpedo 35 was. Yeah, this torpedo 5.
What were you? What fuel were you running?
This is when I first got back into the hobby. So I don't remember what I was using, but whatever fuel I was using, I used the same fuel for the Fox 36X and the Torpedo 35.
Have
And
you
I
ever
was
seen one like this, Jeff?
What's up? Mine is a green head on it.
You ever seen a head? No, this is not a torpedo or a Stallion.
No,
This
that's
is
a McCoy.
yeah, but look at the head on it.
Yeah, it's a black head. I've never seen that. Mine, the ones I've seen have all been red heads.
Yeah, this is a ringed 40 by George Aldrich. It's called a McGass 40. This is what
oh wow.
Tom Warden used to run in all his stunt planes back in the day.
That's the motor. That's the motor Tom had in. See, I can't remember the name of that plane. What was that?
Continental, Monado.
Tempest.
Yeah, Tempest. This is it
Was it
right here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the motor. That's the motor he tried to sell a friend of mine, which I tried to talk a friend of mine into buying, and he never did. But I was already sold on Super Tiger, so that's where I stayed.
Yeah, this is
I
a
had
ringed.
46 and a 60 at the time. And I'm
But this
also ready to
motor
sell
won't
my
put out as much
60.
power as that 32.
Hey Sparky, this one might interest you. I've also got it's a V case Tiger 60. I don't know if you want it or not.
Yeah, like 60, like this one.
Yeah, it's a 60. It's a V case.
Is the
Like this one.
No, yeah, the numbers look right, but the needle valve's through the Venturi on mine.
Yeah, well, it's not supposed to be.
Yeah, I imagine that. I bought it off eBay, and I imagine somebody screwed it up.
It's got mufflers on it.
It has nothing. It's just the motor.
No, does it have the muffler ears on it for mounting?
You know, I believe it does have lugs, but I'm not sure.
I'll take it.
I can send you a picture of it. I think. Can I send pictures on the form?
No, not really.
I'll tell you what. I guess I'll forward you my email, and then you email me or whatever. But I got that 60. I'd love to fucking dump and trade it for. I don't want to sell it. I want to trade it.
I'll trade it for that Fox 35.
That would be a fair deal to me.
Great.
Because I'm not going to use it, but I'll use a Fox 35.
This one here has a Brian Gardner ABC liner in it. I got another Brian Gardner liner coming, and Boca bearings coming. So this is basically a brand new engine. It's got so much compression, it's ridiculous.
Well, in all honesty, I have no idea what this Tiger 60 has in it.
Doesn't matter. Probably worn out, but it'll get
Most likely it is, because it does not have that much compression. It's not that great of a motor.
You can hardly turn this one over.
Mine, you can spin it with a prop on it, but without a prop, with just a spinner and a spacer, it's kind of tough. But not that tough. I will mail it to you. That's not a problem.
No
I
problem.
would have sent it with my wife this weekend because she's only like maybe 30 miles from you right now. She's in Cuyahoga Falls,
Wherever that is. Cuyahoga Falls, what state?
Ohio.
Oh, I don't know Ohio very well.
She's 40 minutes or 30 minutes southeast of the Ohio contest.
Cincinnati?
She's north of Cincinnati. She's, you know where Cleveland Airport is?
That's way north.
Yeah, Cleveland Airport. She's 40 minutes southeast of there.
Yeah, it's way north.
Yeah, my wife is visiting her sister back there. Her dad's having some issues, and they're going through all that shit. If I'd have known you really wanted it, I'd just send it over there with her, and you could have met her somewhere.
Too far to go. Just mail it. I'll mail you the Fox. Send me your
Okay,
address.
yeah. Yeah, I'll box it up to you on the form.
I'm not gonna run a Fox 35, so
I love Fox 35. I don't know why, I just love Fox 35s. I know they're not great runners, but I just want to build a competition Fox 35 airplane. And I plan on doing a 46 to 47 inch wingspan, and I hope to keep it down around 34 to 36 ounces.
Tucker Special originally had a Fox 35 in it, but they just don't have any power.
I don't know. Every one I've run has always been satisfactory for me. It's good enough. I mean, I learned a long time ago how to fly through the problems.
Well, every contest I've ever went to, it's windy, so I want to have power.
I can agree with that 100%.
I loaned him my Junar. It's got power in the wind, doesn't it, Charles?
It does. It's I can't say anything bad about that Junar besides it just being so pretty. I was very careful with it.
Yeah, but then I dropped the hole through it. I made a hole in the wing.
Well, you know what? That was easy for you to fix. So.
Well, I'm finishing the season out with it, so it doesn't fly as well as that one that I flew at the Nats this year. I mean, the one I flew at the Nats doesn't fly as well as the one I let you fly.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Sparky. I have on my wall wallpaper or on my computer. When my computer comes up, I have a picture of me. The one I sent you, I sent you an email. The picture of me
I
with
didn't
your.
get it. Send it again.
Anyways, I have my wallpaper is a picture of me holding your Junar, and it's just every time I turn my computer on, I get a warm feeling in my heart. I mean, it's like, and I'm just so grateful, man. I am just so grateful.
Don't worry about it. Send that picture again.
Okay, we'll do.
That was pretty generous of you to let him fly that airplane. I don't think I would have done it.
I got
Oh, yeah,
lots
so,
of things.
hey, Jeff,
Yeah.
I asked Sparky after we was flying it. I go, so tell me, Sparky, I got to ask you, have you ever seen me fly before? You know, for you to lend me the Junar. He goes, no, I never saw you fly before. I haven't seen any of the videos or nothing. My jaw dropped. I was just like, oh my god.
I didn't see you fly at Rodak. I didn't even watch you fly my airplane very much. I mean, I kind of glanced once in a while because I didn't want to see it hit the ground.
I
Well,
bet. I
well,
got the video.
there is one thing we have in common. We know we can keep an airplane off the ground for the
Yes.
most part, unless something drastic happens.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's true. So it was but that plane was I mean, it had no bad habits. It would go where you put it. I probably just really didn't put it at risk enough. I'm sure if I would have had, you know, yeah, I mean, I was happy just to be there at the Nats. It wasn't like I was going to go there and try to,
So one of
you
the
know,
best flying airplanes I ever flew, I was flying at a Toys for Tots fly-in at what Sparky knows as Gopher Gulch at Whittier Narrows. And I was flying Tom Warden's Continental. And I didn't want to fly it. And he said, it's just a 46 plane. Hey, you can fly it. I said, all right, well, because I had busted up my plane. And he says, fly mine, fly mine. All right, whatever. He fired it up and I let him let go of it. And I was out on the handle. And it was the best flying airplane I ever flew.
Too
yeah,
heavy.
well,
That
that's how I
airplane.
feel about Barkley's Junar. I mean, I watched the video. I put a video, Sparky, on my channel. I edited down the one that you did on Circle 4. And I just have just the picture of me just rolling out and taking off and doing the pattern in the Junar. And
Yeah.
I've watched that personally every day, just admiring that plane.
Now it's time for you to build your own, Charles.
Oh, that's why I had this thing on the table here, but I haven't made any progress tonight talking to you guys, so I got to get busy.
Yeah, but what you're building there is a lumber wagon. It's going to be 70 ounces.
I know, Sparky, but I told you I got a wing already. I mean, it's going to be the quickest build I can do. I don't have to do anything but just build a fuselage.
Yeah, but you're wasting time.
Yeah,
Charles, Charles,
yeah.
I already told you about my junkyard dog, right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I already got it cut out. All I got to do is start gluing it up. But first, I got to stop procrastinating. My junkyard dog, Sparky, you never heard of this plane, right?
No.
My junkyard dog is it's a 47-inch wing. It's powered by a Fox 35, built-up fuselage, invert motor, and I'm hoping that when it's done, it comes in at 37 ounces.
Wow.
Probably be closer to 42.
What's the root cord? What's the nose moment? What's the important thing? What's the
Well,
nose moment?
I'd have to look at the plans with the tape measure to go exactly, but I could give you a ballpark on what I figured out. And I believe I'm 8-inch on the nose, 14 on the tail, 48-inch wing, a 9-inch cord. I think. What did I do on the fucking tail? What did I do on the tail?
9.
I did a 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. Stabilizer elevator. And a stabilizer elevator is a span of, I think it's 14 inches.
It's a 520-inch swing.
And that sounds about right. Might be less than that.
Yeah, it's just a rough guess. 520.
And then I'm rolling narrow flaps on a tapered trailing edge.
How much taper in the trailing edge?
3/4 of an inch.
So the tip rib is 7 inches, 7 1/4, 7 1/2.
Well, I'm also running a 1/2 inch of taper on the leading edge.
Right. So what do you got for a tip rib?
My tip rib, I think, is about 6.
So it's gonna be less than. It's gonna be around 490 square inches.
Yeah, but that's about right for a Fox 35. You got to build them small.
Yeah.
And by tapering the trailing edge, I'm pretty much inducing tail weight to the airplane.
Actually, you're not. You're moving the center of pressure and the center of gravity forward so that you can run more nose heavy.
Really?
The center of pressure moves forward when you move the trailing edge forward.
Well, Tom Warden always told me that if I tapered the trailing edge, the airplane would react tail heavy.
It will react tail heavy, but you'll be nose heavy. It moves everything forward.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense to me.
Center of pressure moves forward, center of gravity moves forward.
So in other words, if it's a little bit nose heavy, it'll still fly as if it was neutral on a rate.
The biggest thing that you got going for you with that airplane is the weight. If it's 37 ounces, it's gonna fly just fine.
Okay. Well, I know it's going to be lightweight.
6 ounces of that is in the nose. That's what a Fox weighs, 6 ounces instead of 10 ounces for the a bigger motor.
Okay.
Concentrated weight is not your friend.
This is very true.
That's why I'm not real thrilled with the PA. PA has wonderful power and all, but it's an ounce heavier than a Super Tiger. Plus, you got 3 ounces of weight slung underneath the wing. You got lateral center of gravity trying to. It's all that weight is working against you.
Well, anytime you add weight to anything, that's going to slow you down or screw you up somewhere. I mean, yeah, I'm a painter, you know that. But I've also been familiar with NASCAR and everything else, or any other kind of motorized sports, boating, drag boating. Anytime you put weight on something, if it's not perfectly balanced, it's going to hurt you one way or another.
A Cadillac's perfectly balanced and a Porsche's perfectly balanced. You're not going to turn faster with a Cadillac than you can with a Porsche because there's 3,000 pounds difference.
But the difference is when you turn the same realistic corner with a Cadillac, it's going to be more comfortable than it is in the Porsche.
It might be comfortable, but it ain't going to turn worth a shit.
No, this is very true. I mean, no, I'm not going to take that away. That is very true. A Porsche is going to get around there at 80. A Cadillac's going to get around there about 20, 25.
I used to run sprint cars. You know what stagger is?
Yes, I know exactly what stagger is.
You know what wedge is?
I know what wedge is.
Okay, what we're doing with our airplanes is exactly like a sprint car. We're running pitch, stagger, and wedge. And the stagger is the offset in the wing, where you got an inch inboard wing bigger than the outboard wing. And the stagger and the pitch, you're moving your trailing edge forward and so on. We're designing a vehicle to do a specific task. And that task is very violent if done correctly. When you see a square 8, it should be violent as hell. But when you go to the nets, you see these big round swooping corners. They get scored big for it, but it's not correct.
Well, you know what really bothered me about the last contest I was out? And so one of the guys had a really beautiful airplane. It was very shiny and a real fancy paint job on it. And he did a real good job with it. Beautiful airplane. But when he did his 8s, round 8s, square 8s, whatever, horizontals, he took half the circle doing them. And he ended up with a 500 plus score. And I flew the regular, what I thought was the pattern. I'm flying, an 1/8 of a circle for the square and an 1/8 of a circle for the square. And I thought I did great, and I got like 385.
Well, don't feel bad, because up in Cleveland last week, I got downgraded for not flying smaller than 45. One of the judge's sons was flying an electric airplane. He was flying at 38, and 38 is not the rule book, because if you're 5 foot off the ground and you're 38, the loop is way too small, and eggs are not loops. And you can ask Charles, my loops are round. I always score really well on my round.
I've seen your videos. I've seen your videos. I've seen you fly. You fly great.
Right. Air round. Absolutely.
But I did get my first 40-point hourglass.
Really? That's pretty good. Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow, that's good. I have a question to ask Sparky on wood selection. On these last 3 formers for the Strega,
Yeah.
I do have some 5-pound lumber, some 6-pound lumber. Does it really matter? I might even have a 4.5-pound piece of wood. Does it really matter on the last 3 formers? I mean, they're small pieces of wood.
Always use your lightest pieces of wood. Always, always. And use engineering for strength, meaning that the grain doesn't run right to left, it runs top to bottom on former.
Oh, really? Okay. That was my next question. Thank you for asking that. I was going to ask you which way you had the grain.
Okay, the grain inside the fuselage runs side to side, but the former on top runs top to bottom, so that you're using engineering to keep everything rigid.
Thank you so much. I was curious about that because the other former was manufactured top to bottom, and I was like, why do they have the grain top to bottom? Wouldn't it be stronger side to side? But I understand what you're saying.
Inside the fuselage, it's side to side, but once you glue the top former on for your skin, you want to go top to bottom or bottom to top. So your one piece of wood, the grain is running this way, and the bulkhead for the turtle deck or the bottom piece is running this way, glued to it. So you're using engineering to hold the things apart. This end grain is much stronger than side grain. You know what I mean?
I do. Okay.
Geez,
So the
I
form
always
that
thought
are
I was
inside-
nuts for building airplanes like that.
So the formers that are in between the few sides should be left to right, right? The grain.
Right. When you're looking at when it's upright, you be running parallel to the bench, and then the top formers are perpendicular to the bench, glued to that parallel piece.
Okay. All right. I follow
And
you.
if you have bottom formers, they should be like matching the top formers.
Correct.
All right. Okay.
You can build you don't even need to have a former. You can build a stick box as long as you got the grain running top to bottom inside the fuselage and then side to side. Just make a box. That's even lighter, but whatever.
Thank you, Sparky.
And don't put a former every inch.
I know. I'm not putting in those other formers. I'm just putting
It's
in.
one former at the trailing edge, one former at the leading edge of the stabilizer, and then one former in between. So that's 3 formers, one at the trailing edge, one at the leading edge of the stab, and one in between to hold it together. Don't be a windy. Don't need 50,000 formers.
Sound like Sparky's built a Strega. It's got about 8 formers from the trailing edge to the leading edge of the tail.
I just know how windy builds.
Yeah.
I think my Strega is all built with plywood too. That thing weighs a ton.
No, you told me last time it's not weighing a ton. You told me last time it weighs 54 ounces with the motor in it.
Yeah, it's 54 ounces with the motor in it with no finish on it.
Yeah, that's still that's not too bad.
That's gonna take a lot of finish though. That's a big airplane.
Okay.
That's way out of my ballpark. My airplane's finished, weighs about 32 ounces. Finished without the engine in it.
And then your engine weighs about anywhere from
12 ounces. You got 25 ounces of hardware, 24 ounces of hardware. Prop, spinner, motor, wheels, wire, fuel tank.
No, my Strega with the wheels on it, the landing gear in it, the motor in it, no paint. I mean, it's just covered. It's not cleared out except for just for putting the covering on it. But the motor's in it, the landing gear are on it, the wheels are on it. It weighs 54.
It'll be 70 ounces when you're done.
It's going to be a pig. It's going to be a bigger pig than I want to fly.
It'll be 70 ounces. If Charles has built my airplane, it weighed 58 ounces at the nats. It's so difficult to build. That's why people say, well, it doesn't matter. It's so difficult to build a 700 square inch airplane at 50, under 60 ounces.
Right. I'm convinced that that's why they say it doesn't matter, because they can't do it.
That's exactly right.
Well, yeah, but as large as my stature is, that's why I want to stick to Fox 35s and just build 46 to 50 inch airplanes.
And to be honest with you, I'd like to drop 5 ounces off that 58.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I would too, but that's kind of tough to do when you're getting that light.
Billy can do it, so I can do it. If he can do it, I can do it.
That's
Believe
right.
me, I felt his Thunderbolt. It's 53 ounces.
I followed your, which was that I followed your Aries build to the T, and mine came out 1 ounce heavier than yours.
The Aries was built in 11 days. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, mine was built in about 3 months.
Yeah. That
But I
airplane
followed-
was the Spirit of 62 award, and I won first place in Classic with it. I didn't have a Classic airplane to fly.
Yeah, I followed your Aries build, and mine came out 36 ounces with a Fox 35 in it.
Yeah.
And it flew pretty good for a long time. And then the wind got it, and it took it out of my hands.
Those airplanes are too small.
Yeah, but I'm not big enough to fly a PA-65. I tried it, and it drags. It's like walking a dog. It's like Rusty flying it. It's just not. I'm not big enough to do it.
I'm not very big.
What do you weigh?
Last time I was at the doctor's on the scale, 170.
Yeah, I'm lucky to break 100 pounds. I'm not much big. I'm barely bigger than Rusty, if any.
Now, Charles, how much you weigh, Charles? 220?
I'm losing weight. I'm down to 217.
I just guessed.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
See, Sparky, that's why you need my Tiger 60. Charles needs my Strega. He might be able to sand it out and do something with it. I need your Fox 35.
I'd have gave you the 35 anyway, but I'll take the 60.
I'll give you the Tiger 60. I'll swap it straight across for the Fox 35.
That's a good
Not
deal.
a problem.
We're both getting good deals, Sparky.
Yeah, I was going to buy all of Brian Gardner's liners he had left. He's got 7 left.
And if you run across anybody else that wants to unload a Fox 35, let me know.
I know where there's lots of them. I know there's at least 25 of them.
Well, I'd have to find something to trade for them, or dig some cash out of my bunghole. No, but no, I'm really. If you want that Tiger 60, you got it.
Yeah, we go to Brodex. You go to Brodex, guys will give them to you. Yeah. The 60s that I have in the Monado and the Junar were given to me at Brodex.
Yeah,
Wow.
but then again, I mean, well, yeah, those are probably free too. It doesn't really matter. You can have this one, and I'll take a motor off your hand you don't want.
Ran so nice. When I watched the video of me flying the Junar, I'm always amazed at the engine run too.
Well, that's been worked on, it refreshed.
Yeah, motor run was really nice. And
There's no timing change or anything like that. I mean, I'm not like a guy that like Tom Lay and them other guys. Well, I retimed it and I did this. Yeah, I didn't do shit. Just took it apart, cleaned it, put the parts in that it needed, liner and piston and bearings, and put it back together and run it. They run perfect stock.
Now, the one thing I can tell you about that Tiger 60 that I have, it probably needs a liner because it doesn't have a lot of compression. It's not that great.
All right, it'll have an ABC liner in it.
I mean, you can do whatever you want with it once you get it. I don't care.
This one here has the Brian Gardner ABC liner in it. I got another one coming to be here Monday. Of course, I got another Tiger up there. I got this Tiger here, but it has some cosmetic imperfections I don't care for. Where there's a little chip out of this bolt right here. But I got plenty of 60s. I got 10 of them.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I can figure out how to do it, I'll send you my address through the forum.
Yep.
And then, whatever you want to do, you can send me your address. I'll send you the motor. Then you can send me. I don't care how we do it, but I would really love to get rid of that 60.
I'll take it.
And I'll send it to you with the Venturi, the needle valve, and the way it's set up. And then you just, next time we get on the forum after you get it, you can tell me what you think of it. This is a piece of crap or whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because I'm going to take it apart, put new bearings in it, a new liner, a new Venturi, new head gaskets, and run it.
Well, I know the case is good.
That's all I'm looking for parts.
Okay, well, yeah, if you're in, I'll just email me because I'm, I'll click messages and I'll see if I can hook up with you.
Yeah,
and you know me.
Yeah.
Just click me and send me a message, you know.
What the hell did I do with it?
I'll forward you my address, right? In fact, I'll tell you over the phone if you want. I don't care.
That's all right. What the heck happened to it? Oh, it's up there. I'm going to end the stream. You guys can continue to talk.
I'm gonna get off the call. I gotta get some work done on this plane. I enjoyed the conversation, but I'm not working on the plane. So,
Matter of fact, it looks like I ended the stream long ago.
hey, nice talking to you guys. I'll see you guys later. Okay.
All right.
Charles, you have a good night.
Thanks,
Take
man.
care.
Hey, Sparky, I'm sorry I took up your time that night.